from a marketing perspective, we have great tools that are available to our disposal these days, aside from just social media. If you think about these LLMs like Perplexity, ChatGPT, and the reason why I mention this is because the old way of our industry used to be, hey, let's go to the conference and see who's up on podium, or just look at the PubMed and who's published the most. And the problem is, if you look at every single, let's say just a regular surgeon, think about every single part of their procedure. Do you not think that there's at least one or two startups trying to innovate in that part of that procedure and then talk to that clinician to say, hey, you should, do a study for us? And so it becomes very, very crowded, and it's very often that you get somebody who isn't fully committed to you. They're dating other people at the same time. And so I think what's really important is that to start telling that story earlier on through social media in terms of the prototyping, some of the things you're doing in the lab, and it's maybe some early clinical data. For those who get freaked out, they're like, oh, but Omar, FDA. The FDA has draft social media guidance. You can read it, or I can just tell you right now, just don't make any stupid claims. Like, that's it. And the reason why you want to do that is that it allows you to sort of crowdsource at scale who might be a great clinician to partner with to do these trials for you. And at the same time, take maybe some PubMed data, take people who have published, people who have spoken at conferences, just talk to ChatGPT or Perplexity or any of these and feed them this data and say, based on our company and what we're trying to do, who do you think might be a really good early adopter? And you might be very surprised to find somebody that you never heard of. And every single company, including Intuitive, where Gary Guthart spoke this morning, some of their best early adopters, clinical adopters that changed the trajectory of the company, wasn't somebody that was the chair of surgery at HSS or anything. It's usually some random surgeon in some private practice or small academic institution no one's ever heard of. And they didn't really involve themselves with industry, but that one company fit a worldview that was resonant with them, and then they adopted it and made that trajectory much, much bigger.